production in Maharashtra could be lower this time around, so that gives people reasons to believe that perhaps prices could actually start moving north. Mehraboon, just want to get your thoughts on this sector, this space right now.
So to be honest, to be very honest, looking at the way the developments are going on, happening and going on, possibly changing, I think, allow me to state honestly that I have stopped tracking this sector at the moment, and I feel it's not fair on my part to comment on something which I really have stopped following much.
Well, that's all about sugar. Mehraboon, your thoughts on the rally in the cement space today? Surprised by it, or do you think it was sort of long overdue?
I think last week when I was asked a question on the same sector, Surbi, I had mentioned that at the present valuations, I'm definitely not averse to people investing in this particular sector, because even if you look at things like a dividend yield, a company like Ambuja Cement looked very attractive. I personally feel this sector, as far as the numbers go, is not going to disappoint because of the present valuations that they were in. But yes, the sharp up move today in this particular sector has definitely come as a pleasant surprise to me. But I'm not averse to investing in this particular sector from a longer term angle right now, though there could be some more pains after this rally fizzles out. But I don't think there is too much to lose by investing at the present prices as far as the cement sector goes.
Between Reliance Communications, Idea and Bharti, Mehraboon, which would be your top pick, and would you justify it?
I think in terms of valuations, if you look at it, definitely Bharti is the best. But in terms of valuation, if you look at it, the present prices at which they are, I think Idea could be the dark one as far as ending up giving the returns to investors goes. But even Reliance Communication looks to be a safe bet, because if and when the market comes down again, I possibly feel that Reliance Communication from the present level can end up giving you the least negative returns amongst the three. But over a longer time frame, looking at the valuation from sheer valuations angle, I personally feel Idea is relatively the cheapest of the three.
You said you were bearish on the entire metal space, Mehraboon. Even so, the movement on Tata Steel and SAIL today has been quite phenomenal. 15% up on SAIL and 10% on Tata Steel. If you were holding these stocks prior to the move today, would you advise investors to continue holding on in the hope of further upside before they cash out, or use today's rally to book profits?
I think, Rahul, exactly this is what I told Surbi. I think that across sectors, I think the move which we will see could possibly end up giving pleasant surprises to many investors. The question is, it's a very difficult call as to when to sell out if somebody wants to sell out. Because a 150 Tesco has become, say, 220 or 215, which is a return of nearly around 40-45% from the recent low, or maybe over 50% from its recent low. It's a very difficult call, and I personally feel that if somebody is buying into a Tata Steel at 150, 160 from a very long-term angle, I don't think he's doing a very bad, is not taking a bad decision as such. But I feel that the pain as far as the sector goes is related to the global demand, where there is a big question mark at least over the next 3 to 6 months. I'm aware of the fact that the leading brokerage house has come out with a decent report as far as the metal spec go, and that is possibly could be contributing to what we are seeing in this particular sector goes. But I think across many sectors, including the real estate sector, fundamentally we may not see too many reasons why you should be buying into it. But if you want to be a fleet-footed trader, I think these are the sectors which could end up giving you the best possible returns in the shortest possible time, and that is exactly what is happening to the metal pack, as well as at the higher level, because who doesn't want 20, 30, 40 rupees more in any particular script one is holding, considering the fact that he has suffered so much of pain in that same stock over the last 6, 7, 8 months, because everybody wanted to buy Tata Steel at 600, everybody started advising people to sell at 150 rupees. If I was holding on to a Tata Steel in short, possibly I would hold on till the time possibly the rally fizzles out.
One of the components of this entire Reserve Bank action that came through on Saturday was this FCCB connotation. And there's been a lot that's been written about it since then, about companies wanting to buy back. What was your own take on this FCCB component?
Well, I know of some companies who had actually applied to the RBI even before this relaxation has come, and I personally feel it's a very positive move, because companies who had raised the money through the FCCBs, who had parked the money overseas and who had still not invested or done anything with that particular money, I think let us not penalize them and let us give them an opportunity to pay back and possibly come out of this particular problem, which quite a few corporates otherwise could end up facing, and possibly some of these companies who had raised the FCCBs had taken a sharp knock on the share prices because of this particular reason only. So I personally feel it's a very positive move, and as far as I know, at least 4 or 5 corporates have already possibly thought of buying back their own FCCBs at the earliest. So I hope earlier said that earlier it happens, the better it is for the shareholders of the company.
This is looking more and more heady. 5.24% higher, 146 points on the Nifty. 2930 is where this index is at. Mehraboon, before we thank you, you did mention this briefly. Shipping and the kind of moves that have come in today, overall, has anything changed fundamentally? We're still talking about a slowdown / recession in most parts of the world.
I think at the present valuation is the same answer what I had possibly given to cement maybe a week ago, 2-3 weeks ago. I think most of the negative as far as this sector goes could be built into the prices. Because a stock like Mercator at 22, 23 becomes a compelling buy, though despite the fact that oil was at 40, 41, 42 at that point of time. So I think largely related to oil as far as Mercator line specifically goes, but the entire shipping pack, I think there are a whole lot of negative news which has happened in this particular sector goes. Freight rates have come down, a lot of things have happened which is quite negative for the sector, but I think at the present valuations, I think if people are ready to bet that over the next 12 months to 15 months, the global turmoil will be past us and things will again come back to normal, I think this sector at the present valuations definitely deserves a look.
Mehraboon, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for stopping by this afternoon and speaking with us. That's a view coming in from Mehraboon.
Well, it's been a heady session to say the least. It brings to close what has been an extremely interesting day of trade. Let's see how tomorrow pans out, what the picture is across the US and how Asia does in the morning. But for now, from the entire team, right here at the Countdown from Rahul and me, it's a wrap. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.